okay? That I would technically have my Epic Games account then banned. That would absolutely 100% happen based on their guidelines. Or if I used Fortnite systems to make my own level that people could play, where I place a character in a chair with an audience of like NPC characters, and then you as the player have to snipe the person that's sitting in the chair, which would be a one-to-one recreation of what happened to Charlie Kirk in real life, we all know that that level that I would create theoretically would then absolutely be banned and removed from the game, and I would have my account terminated too, right? We can agree on that? We can agree, right, that this would not be allowed in Fortnite. Then why would the comments of people in professional environments, much like Fortnite and Epic Games, then be allowed to have their opinions that a man assassinated due to political violence be protected by a constitutional law like this then? You can't say that the First Amendment protects people from celebrating political violence when your own game systems and content that you operate yourself would not allow for similar things to be said. One user in the responses to Tim, I won't show it, but basically they said by Tim's definition that they should be allowed to say the N-word then in Fortnite without repercussion, despite not being black themselves due to the First Amendment. Of course, if they did that, they would be banned for hateful rhetoric and all of that. We all know this, which directly then proves that Tim Sweeney is instead operating within a rules for thee but not for me and the people I agree with. And this then muddies and complicates the waters further because Tim, like I said, is the freaking CEO of Epic Games, for crying out loud. Billions of dollars are funneled through Epic yearly. So many game studios use Unreal Engine, which Tim openly benefits from both financially and situationally through these game companies using his company systems that he obviously helped design. So why would someone such as him, who would have intrinsic knowledge on what can and cannot be allowed, especially through content moderation on a platform, be suddenly taking a stance like this that only proves to me anyways that Tim, dear viewers, is completely lost in the sauce and doesn't know what he's talking about anymore. But Tim Sweeney did have more to say, so let's read that now. Harsh criticism is exactly what the First Amendment exists to protect. If after 4 years of public universities ostracizing Republican professors for unpopular lawful speech, we get 4 years of universities ostracizing Democrats for unpopular lawful speech, what progress is that, Tim? You're confusing the two, and you know that. Republicans were ostracized for questioning the situations of the world and the laws being pushed on the citizens during, say, the COVID pandemics and more. People were questioning vaccines and how it was unconstitutional to force employees by their employers to then get vaccinated against something to then stay employed at those companies. You cannot compare the right to one's bodily autonomy, which is neither hateful nor racist, to the comparison of people in professional roles outright demanding for more political violence and death against those that they disagree with simply for political reasons. I know what you're trying to say, but this square peg does not fit into this round hole, Tim, and you should know better. I'm not calling for you to be fired or resign or anything like that. I don't hate you, but you need to understand the difference here. It is also hypocritical for you, Tim, as the CEO of Epic Games, to be pushing this sort of whataboutism, if you will, when your own company does not allow political speech within your own games. How do I know this? Here's what your own company says when it comes to criticizing a country like China within your games, as it reads here. Criticizing China in Fortnite chat is not possible because the game's developer Epic Games has established rules against political speech, especially regarding China. Doing so can lead to an account ban, and specific phrases related to the country's government are censored. Wow, imagine that, Tim. The very gaming company you operate does not allow for political speeches or so-called hateful rhetoric of China in your own games. And this is equally stupid because you also cannot say anything about anyone's race or gender in Fortnite also without receiving an account ban. But then why are those bad things to say in Fortnite, Tim, then? I thought those opinions which are used to diss someone, as you said yourself in your own tweets, about Charlie Kirk and Clemson University are not suddenly allowed on your platform too. So why would the call for more political violence be somehow labeled as less offensive or downright allowed to be said or tolerated in the United States of America, which you operate within? You are simply being a hypocrite, and you know this. Maybe you don't know this. I don't know, but I would wager a man of your standing is definitely smarter than this. You cannot use your speech to call for the deaths of other people. That is quite literally a threat under any law, even your own company. You cannot sit there on Twitter or Fortnite or PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Steam, you name it, whatever it is, and say, I don't like these people, therefore anyone who thinks like this should be eliminated permanently entirely from the face of the earth. You know this. I am actually astounded that you're defending this, to be honest with you, because this is not constitutional. And advocating for gun laws to be enforced following Charlie Kirk's death is not grounds for termination. Yes, that is protected by free speech. But anyone, like many game developers have, which I've showed in my last 2 videos alone, that have been laughing and said that they hope Elon Musk is next or whoever else. Yes, that is under law considered a call for political violence and violates American law. Again, the only way this would be okay is if, Tim, if you allowed Fortnite or anything, I guess, sold on Epic Game Store to then allow people to say anything they want from the most out-of-pocket, vulgar comments possible and not ban them. But we both know people can't do that on your platform, so what are you even saying? You're so out of your depth here, and it was probably best that you just said nothing at all, if I'm being totally honest with you. Because as we've seen with many other games, Ghost of Yotei comes to mind most recently, that people who work at game studios on commercial products advocating for political violence can and will lead to boycotts of their products in the future. Do you really want a mass exodus or protest against Fortnite or Epic Game Store as a whole because you want to die on this hill specifically, where you gain nothing from it but just show the world how out of touch you're being here? Do you really want to do that? I'm being straight with you, by the way. If you do, fine, I guess that's your prerogative, but you're then putting the livelihoods of thousands of developers by association who obviously rely on your network and sustaining itself to pay their bills and help their families. Like, this is just beyond moronic coming from you, and I hope that you learned something today. And again, I don't hate you, I don't want to boycott you, I don't want to have you resign, but you need to understand this, dude. But unfortunately, the game's media hasn't, so let's get into part 2 of this video now. Oh boy, here we go. So you all know the Ghost of Yotei situation. Well, now the game's journalists are trying to spin the story that the dev, Drew Harrison, was wrongfully terminated from Sucker Punch. Here's the Kotaku article titled, Ghost of Yotei dev fired for Charlie Kirk joke after right-wing pressure campaign. And look at the subline there, which reads, Gamergate 2.0 is looking to cancel people in the wake of the assassination. Oh, really now, Kotaku? So this is a Gamergate thing now. That's what you're rolling with? We're doing this? I mean, no one else has said that but you. You think you hate gaming journalism, but you really don't hate it enough, do you? These people are such liars, man. Look at how Kotaku opens their article, as it reads here. A contingent of right-wing online figures and their followers have been using the recent assassination of conservative podcaster Charlie Kirk to punish people they don't like. That includes a developer at Ghost of Yotei maker Sucker Punch Productions, who Sony confirms it has parted ways with after she made a joke on social media about the shooting. It wasn't a joke, Kotaku. You know this. They were outright celebrating the death of an innocent man. The fact that you're trying to convey this in a sense that it was a joke proves how disingenuous of a publication you guys really are over there. As Kotaku states here, Sony confirmed her departure in an email to Kotaku but declined to comment further. Drew Harrison is no longer an employee of Sucker Punch Productions, a spokesperson from Sony Interactive Entertainment wrote. They should comment further though, honestly, because people can tell this was a Sony decision, not a Sucker Punch one, which means that people will likely still boycott the game either way until they, I mean Sucker Punch, apologize themselves publicly. Kotaku would then say this, as it reads, Ghost of Yotei is far from the only high-profile blockbuster game to be dragged into this culture war quicksand. They then label Grums and others attacked Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed Shadows as well for featuring an African samurai as one of its 2 main characters. Developers on the game were reportedly told not to comment on the harassment campaign when the game launched earlier this year. Yeah, because Shadows was propaganda. They forced leftist Western ideology into a foreign country's time period to push their politics within a time frame where such concepts did not exist, and Yasuke to this day makes no sense being in that game whatsoever. I mean, I covered Shadows extensively on the channel already. I played the game myself. I showed you guys everything that went on in that game already. How they unironically have a scene where Akechi Mitsuhide sits on his knees in front of an audience with Yasuke defeating him and declaring that Yasuke is the greatest swordsman in Japan, a guy who has only been in Japan for 10 months at the point of that scene happening in game, by the way. When in actual real-life history, Akechi Mitsuhide captured Yasuke, who was not a samurai or fought in any battles according to real historical data, and then simply gave Yasuke back to his Jesuit owners, and then Yasuke was never heard from again in history. Yet they warped the history of Japan simply in order to tell their, for lack of a better word, woke story in a place where they had no business doing it. So it's kind of hilarious that Kotaku was like this, that they bring these things up thinking that they have something. All you're proving is that your way of thinking is being rejected and that it's not working, because it's based on lies being perpetuated by people who routinely ignore the real truths of the world. Why you people do this is clear. It's all political politically aligned and pushed on purpose. People don't want your stupid slop far left ideology in their video games. They just want video games to be fun escapism. I don't even want far right or conservative beliefs in games either. If I'm playing a game that is set in feudal Japan, for God's sakes, I want that game to be adhering to the politics and laws of what that culture was like at that time, which was honor bound, dangerously loyal to a fault, and very lethal to people that broke the law. But what you got instead was the modern day college version of Assassin's Creed Shadows, where everyone is gay or bi, and Japanese people are getting torn in half by a black guy who did literally nothing but get captured again, and then was never heard of again in history. So amazing how you fools are trying to label anyone as bigots when the only bigots here are really you and your own kind. Saying that Drew Harrison a sucker punch and the whole Ghost of Yote thing was a joke is not true. You didn't even show her follow-up tweets where she said that she was pushing back against fascism. Those are her words, not mine. When it isn't fascism, she is, just like many others who think like her people who believe political violence is a good thing because it benefits their side to do that. Then Elon Musk would also retweet how Microsoft employees were celebrating the death of Charlie. He even retweeted it and added the CEO of Microsoft to it, which millions of people saw. Here's what Elon Musk tweeted where he said, "What's going on here?" And then he tagged Satya Nadella, that's the CEO of Microsoft. Microsoft then responded to their Blizzard employees celebrating political violence by saying this on Twitter: "We are aware of the views expressed by a small subset of our employees regarding recent events. We take matters like this very seriously, and we are currently reviewing each individual situation. Comments celebrating violence against anyone are unacceptable and do not align with our values. So what's likely going to happen is that everybody that I reported on in my previous video at Blizzard will also lose their jobs too." Again, I don't want people to lose their jobs, but these people are being actual monsters about these things and think they can get away with it. What can you reasonably do when one side is so far gone they're celebrating violence and then expecting you to buy their products and support them too? No longer. We're not doing this anymore. The rot has to be removed from the source, guys. Otherwise, this cancer will just grow again. What was funny was seeing Reddit spaces like r/gaming circle jerk, which said this, by the way, let's read it now. "Do not post about Charlie Kirk. It will be removed on site. Support of him is a ban on site. Glorification of violence violates site-wide rules and is a removal. Don't do it. We don't want the sub nuked, and neither do you." But as you can see below that, they had other mods chime in and get really angry, saying that they hate Charlie either way. So they're calling for a cease in political violence, only to then turn around in the same post and advocate for even more political violence. You can't make that up. Make it make sense. It doesn't. But it is funny that they're eating their own, which is what always tends to happen with these types, which is why it's so important to educate people on why these types act like this in the first place. It's simple, guys. No matter how radical you are, for people in games, you'll never be enough. They'll always want more of it. And it's always terrible to see. And once you don't give them what they want, they'll just throw you away or use you to get themselves even higher up the ladder. Look, I do want unity in the gaming space. I do, honestly. I've worked all of these years to remove this rot from games specifically because it has such a strong connection and through line to younger people. Young people, especially, by the way, are influenced by the content that they consume. Games are no different. And if the games being made are conditioning these people to become more vitriolic, hateful, and extremist, yes, it needs to be uprooted at the source. And that's the reason why this is all happening, because the people in games are clearly not interested in playing nice. And it's backfiring on them spectacularly, as it should. We don't need every game to be far right or far left. We need games to just be escapism again. We need to go back to when games were made by diverse people of not just skin color, but most importantly, and this is key, thoughts and belief systems too. And when they aren't, you end up with what you have today. As for Tim Sweeney of Epic Games, I doubt he'll be fired or resigned. If anything, he'll just delete his comments or maybe he'll apologize. But I don't think Tim is necessarily right or left leaning myself. He comes off to me more so as someone who's instead just tired of all of the politics. But that being said, it's still puzzling to see a man of his stature not be able to read the room like this. So before I end this video, I want to make this clear. Anyone is welcome to watch my videos. Anyone is welcome to comment. This is not a place meant to be some echo chamber, despite what places like Kotaku or others try to say. Unlike them, I welcome diversity of thought, and more importantly, what I hope to instill upon every viewer is to simply try to come to terms with their common sense over their feelings right now. Stop acting on your feelings. Use your brains, people. Read things. Question everything you see. Try to look deeper. Don't just blindly accept things. I'm not telling you to reject everything that is gay or accept everything that is conservative. You need to be your own person. And you need to be able to look confidently at all these sides, assessing what they're doing and saying, and realize that this hate is going to get none of us anywhere, and that the game industry has to do the same. They are already losing to China big time when it comes to releases. And when you got devs now celebrating stuff like they are now, it's just going to get worse for them. But what do you think about all of this? Let me know. I'll try to cover something different next because I'm personally exhausted from this maelstrom of events myself. But as always, thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Oh boy, so
Okay, so guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Skyrim. So last time I did the blessings of nature. Not really. That's not what I did. I think I did a miscellaneous quest to get Runil's journal and defeat a vampire for Dengier. So we also have find the dog outside Falkweed. Yeah, before that, I'm going to speak with the Jarl, okay? So my character can become a tank. Oh, look at that. Who's that? Where is she going? So it's an adventure. So where is this adventure going? Okay, unfortunately, I can't follow the adventurer because her destination is, I guess you can say, she's going the other way. Okay, there is a Spriggan, but where it is? Where is it? Where is the Spriggan? Okay, so I got the key for the Silver Moon Manor or the Silver Moon Hall. It's a house right next to the lake here in Fall Creek. Oh, look at that. The carriage just disappeared. The carriage was there and then it was gone. It was there and then it was gone. Okay, so I guess they are still fighting. I don't know what happened, but we are getting attacked. Okay, so this is amazing. I got a full steel plate armor. Okay, it looks like the steel plate armor is better than the dwarven armor. Yeah. Okay, let's go wear it. There is the it's even better than the ancient Nord armor. Okay, so Imperial and Stormcloak, they're fighting. Okay, so the conflict still not finished. So now they are attacking the horse. The horse is the enemy now. Okay, so everyone is now attacking the freaking horse. Okay, so I think it's best if I just leave, because eventually my followers will follow me. I still have no idea how that entire thing started, but I did get a steel plate armor from it. Okay, so I just hope that whatever it is that happened there, did not messed up It did not mess up anything. O- Okay, so that was not the place. We arrived at a different location. That was not the quest location. I don't know how my light armor is increasing. Okay, so there is a naked woman on the other side. Hold on. I need to give that lady some clothes. Okay, so gave the wench, the woman, something to wear. Okay, so now I need to get the or bring the captured wench or the rescued wench to a tavern or a bar. So for this, well, I'm going to take her to the tavern or bar in Falkreath. Where else? So the necromancer died inside the dungeon or cave entrance, which I can't get. I can't get to the corpse or the dead body because it will it will trigger or make my character enter the cave, which I don't want to do. Okay, I don't need to interfere between this battle. It's a fight between a Stormcloak and a Legion, and it looks like the Stormcloak got defeated, even though he has a gun. How can you lose? You have a gun. See, he has a gun. It was a bow and arrow versus a gun or a rifle. And the Stormcloak that has a gun lost. He lost. Okay, so what's happening? Why are they on alert? Okay, let's go wake up the Jarl. Whoa, look at that. Nenya. Nenya is floating. Okay, so I just got something is happening. So I just bought the land at Lakeview Manor. What is happening? Ooh, there is an escaped prisoner. Okay, so the escaped prisoner is dead and he has nothing. Okay, next stop is Lakeview Manor. Okay, so I'm going to cheat when building the house at Lakeview Manor. For Lakeview Manor, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to because it will take a lot of time. It requires a lot of materials just to build the house. It will take forever if I'm going to gather all of it. It's not like when you are playing a building survival game where you can just, chop down wood, do some mining. Oh, you see, the gate is much bigger. Okay, there you go. Lakeview Manor discovered. Again, guys, I'm going to use a cheat to get all the materials needed for building the manor itself. It's a big house. It it will require a lot of material. It has a lot of materials. It will take forever. Okay, there you go. Just like magic, I have all the materials. If you look at my carry weight, it's 5,700. And there you go. There's the house. It's the small version. Next is we build the main hall. And as you can see, it's now bigger. So we remodel the house into an entryway. Okay, so now we pick. I'm going to pick armory. Okay, next we pick storage. Or maybe trophy room. Okay, I'm going to pick storage. The last one, well, it's not the last one. Yeah, it's the last one, is bedrooms. Or just bedroom. And that's it for the structure of the house. Next is decorating the inside of the house itself. And we start with the entryway. Okay, I'm going to make Waya the steward for this house. As you can see, look at that. The house is empty. An empty house look it always look big and spacious if it's empty. Okay, there you go. Now we have a dining room. The dining room is also the living room. Oh, look at that. There's a loot. Let's go grab the loot. Nice free loot. Okay, so I have the drum, I have the flute, and now the loot. Yeah, got a free loot. Okay, next is the basement. Let's work on the basement. Okay, so where are the fish tanks? Fish tanks! I don't see any fish tanks. Okay, crafted a bard's loot. But, where are the fish tanks? Fish tanks! Where are they? Get out of the way, ladies. Get out of the way. Okay, don't tell me the fish tanks are here. Fish tanks! Yeah, there is a bug. Because of the, what do you call this? Hardfire extended mod. I'm pretty sure there is a patch for this. Okay, I'm going to check if there is a patch for this. Okay, I found a patch. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm downloading the patch right now. Okay, so I'm kind of worried. So you can see the floor is flickering because there are two spaces fighting for the same spot. Okay, yeah. I forgot that. So So this is not a problem with Legendary Edition, but because the special edition added fishing or aquariums in the basement, um, if you have the Heartfire Extended mod, you'll encounter this problem, which I kind of forgot. But fortunately, there is a patch, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save and then exit the game, apply the patch, and then start the game again. And see if it works. Okay, so restarting the game now. Restarting the game. I just reinstalled the patch, or I just installed the patch. Okay, there you go. Massive difference. Now we have floating objects. So what the patch did is it cleared out this space here. So the aquariums are still, well, I guess. The aquariums are over here. Nice, okay. There you go. There's the aquarium. So earlier, there was a flickering. What is this thing? Oh, there's a fishing rod. Let's go get the fishing rod. There was flickering on the floor. Okay. And now we have here a bunch of things just floating. So now this entire space here was cleared. So now we can continue building. Okay, so my question here is, is the brewery working? I always pick the brewery, but I don't know if it's working. So this part here is the brewery. I'm not entirely sure if I can brew beer or liquor or wine. Do you brew wine? I don't know. I wish this was like a functional brewery. Ah, it's a functioning brewery. Nice. So next is we have the training room. Okay, so is this a functioning target? I'm not sure. Let's see. We will find out if this is a functioning target. Okay, so maybe it's not a functioning target. How about this one? Okay, so I don't think that was a functioning target. There are, targets, training targets, training dummies that are functional. I don't think the ones in this house are functional. Okay, yep. Let's build the second half of the house. Look at that. And I'm going to put the leftovers in this chest. Okay, need to talk to Rhea. Hey Rhea, where are you? Rhea is the steward because I'm going to make Rhea recruit some personnel, people to work here at Lakeview Manor. But the problem is, where is Rhea? Rhea, where are you? Maybe Rhea's outside. Let's see. Yeah, my guess is Rhea is outside. If the building, if the house building in this game is similar to a survival game where you put down the walls, one at a time, the floor, the pillars. Yeah, I will gladly do it because I find that fun and enjoyable to do. Uh, that's why I enjoy playing Conan Exile and other building games. But unfortunately, in Skyrim, that's not how they did it. Oh, look at that. I have 9k and now I'm down to 1.9. And the carriage is here. Nice. We have our own carriage. We can travel anywhere in Skyrim for free. Ha ha. Ha ha. Where's the horse though? Okay, look at that. The necromancer is still there. And of course, Oakwood is over here, and you can see it's very different from the legendary edition of Oakwood. This one is a lot bigger. It's a bigger village, and they have a what do you call this? Ooh, why is it locked? They have a store. Raw chicken breast. Raw chicken breast. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Did I catch all the? Oh, there's one more. Okay, I caught all the bees. Fishing! While fishing, press activate to reel in your line. Reeling when there is a strong pull on your line, you'll reel in your catch. Ripples on the surface when casting your line are from nearby fish. If the water is calm when you cast your line, there are no more fish to catch here. Fish will return in a day's time. Okay, there you go. We're fishing. Uh-huh. Ooh. Angler acquaintances. Okay. Okay, why am I in first person? Ah, I forgot about the dead guy here. There's a dead guy here. Where is he? Ah, there he is. And of course, I got his axe. And then there is a wolf's den over here. Usually there are 4 of them. Where are the rest? Okay, so 4 levels to go. Dwarven smithing. Elven smithing. Create elven equipment that forges and improve it twice as much. Okay, how about enchanting? Okay, let's do this 60%. Soul gem provide extra magicka for recharging. Uh, fire enchantments and weapons. The horse is still not here. And I wonder who that is. Oh my goodness, there is someone inside. Okay. Who is that? This. See? Who are you? There was someone between the walls. Ooh, we have here the nightingale. Okay, so I don't have an enchanter. Hmm. So my character is in the basement, and then I put down the magic dollhouse in the basement. And I entered the magic dollhouse basement. So my character is in a basement within a basement. Okay, let's see if we can Ooh, I can only disenchant one. This one. So my character is carrying a lot of money. Of course, one sold the Elven Battle Axe of the Debilitation. Oh, look at that. I can enchant this. Oh. Healing rate. Heavy armor increase armor. Okay. Smithing. Stamina. Stamina regenerates 10%. Heavy armor. Fortify heavy armor. Heavy armor scale by 8. Yeah. Huh. Does it make it better? How about stamina? Let's try stamina. Stamina. Yeah, I get heavy armor. Stamina. But I don't use Oh, what's that? Ah, it's okay. I think someone followed that. That is in Twitch. Thank you for following. Should I go heavy armor or stamina? Stamina. Let's go heavy armor. Stamina. Heavy armor. Stop. Okay, let's wear this one. Oh, I forgot to refine it before. Okay, so it removed the hood. To wear the hood, where is it? It's gone. Okay, so anyway, that's like over 3 hours of Skyrim. Going to take a break. As always, if you can, please subscribe to the channel on YouTube, follow the channel in Kick, Twitch, D Live, Rumble. And before I end the stream, let's see if there are anything in chat. Hold on. Okay, so there's nothing in YouTube. There is only Wisebot in Twitch. Also, it says here Kabalyero 777. Okay, new follower Kabalyero 777. Thank you for following. Looking over at Kick. Nope, nothing there. Okay, I'm now in Rumble and there's also nothing there. Okay. It says here only 53 minutes. I wonder what happened. I guess it got what do you call this? It got disconnected. No, it got cut off. It happens. It happens in Rumble. Anyway, guys, that's it. As always, if you going to do like a shameless promotion, if you're looking for uh shirts with gaming related design, you can check out my spread shop. It's right here. The link is also there. Again, thank you for watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.